These clinical observations compel this discussion. What resides in your refrigerator may not be an innocent habit. It could be one of the quietest impediments to your strength, energy, and cognitive sharpness. Therefore, we will clinically dissect the 4 types of milk women over 60 should avoid, and 4 powerful alternatives that actively protect your heart, strengthen your bones, sharpen your memory, and soothe your hormonal system. These are not temporary dietary trends, they are evidence-based practical substitutions that I have seen transform women's health. I am Dr. Lily Stones. For over 3 decades, I have guided women through the unique physiological transitions post-menopause, helping them achieve lives that are not only longer, but stronger, sharper, and more joyful. Stay engaged, because the first milk we will expose may be the one currently in your refrigerator. Before we continue, if you find this type of clinical information valuable, please take a moment to subscribe and activate the notification bell. 4 milks that require reconsideration post-61. Whole milk, a high saturated fat load. For many, whole milk is deeply tied to the memory of nourishment. While perhaps beneficial in childhood, the context changes dramatically for women over 60. Clinical issue: whole milk contains more than 4 grams of saturated fat per cup. As arterial stiffness increases with age and metabolism decelerates, this saturated fat load is consequential. It elevates low-density lipoprotein, LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, quietly thickening arterial walls and placing additional strain on the cardiovascular system post-menopause. Systemic impact: the added caloric density, nearly 150 cal per glass, contributes to adipose redistributions, waistline, joint inflammation, and glycemic load. Patients often report rising blood pressure and dipping energy levels despite avoiding typical junk food, unaware the cause resides in their daily milk consumption. 2. Sweetened condensed milk. Concentrated simple sugars. Sweetened condensed milk is often associated with traditional comfort foods and beverages. However, its internal physiological effect is detrimental. Clinical issue: just 1 serving delivers an excessive load of simple sugars. This causes a rapid, pronounced spike in blood glucose, hyperglycemia, forcing the pancreas into overwork and accelerating the risk of type 2 diabetes mellitus. Systemic impact: cognition. High sugar diets are linked to accelerated cognitive decline and memory impairment. Some research even proposes a link to Alzheimer's disease, termed type 3 diabetes. Persistent brain fog, memory retrieval difficulty, or loss of focus may not be solely age-related, but diet-induced. Furthermore, sugar drives systemic inflammation, which manifests as joint pain, energy depletion, and hormonal dysregulation. 3. Rice milk. Nutrient, poor starch and heavy metal risk. Rice milk appears deceptively safe, plant-based, light, and hypoallergenic. However, beneath the healthy labeling lies a significant nutritional deficit and potential toxicological risk. Clinical issue: rice milk is composed primarily of starch and water, containing negligible amounts of protein and essential healthy fats. For women post-60, this lack of protein accelerates sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, leading to weakness, gait instability, and increased dependence. Systemic impact: rice is known to absorb arsenic from the soil, and this element does not dissipate during processing into milk. Chronic consumption can place strain on the kidneys and liver. Additionally, rice milk possesses one of the highest glycemic indexes among milk alternatives, spiking blood sugar almost as quickly as soda, exacerbating pre-diabetes, fatigue, and irritability. It offers no significant fiber, potentially worsening bloating and sluggishness. 4. Flavored plant-based milks. Hidden added sugars and additives. Flavored plant-based milks: vanilla, almond, chocolate, oat, etc. are marketed with health-conscious terminology but are often desserts disguised as functional foods. Clinical issue: many flavored milks conceal 10 to 15 grams of added sugar per cup, comparable to some sodas. This consistent intake elevates blood sugar, triggers inflammation, and creates a cycle of energy dependence. Systemic impact: beyond sugar, manufacturers often include gums, emulsifiers, and artificial flavors to enhance texture. While achieving a smooth mouthfeel, these additives can irritate the gastrointestinal lining and disrupt the healthy gut microbiome, adding unnecessary physiological stress during the delicate hormonal balance of post-menopause. The choice of a flavored alternative, even when plant-based, can inadvertently compromise metabolic and joint health. 4. Powerful, evidence-based alternatives. Not all milk is detrimental. There are specific alternatives that can actively nourish your body, protect your mind, and restore strength. 1. Fermented soy milk, hormonal and digestive support. Clinical benefit: fermentation makes nutrients more bioavailable and introduces natural probiotics for digestive soothing. Crucially, fermented soy contains isoflavones, plant compounds that act as selective estrogen receptor modulators (SARMs). These gently support bone density and can mitigate vasomotor symptoms, hot flashes. Patient outcome: patients report feeling steadier on their feet and experiencing improved sleep quality due to hormonal and muscular support. 2. Unsweetened almond milks, cardiovascular and cognitive protection. Clinical benefit: naturally low in saturated fat and cholesterol-free. It is rich in vitamin E, a potent antioxidant that protects neural cells from age-related damage. Patient outcome: by eliminating hidden sugars, this choice stabilizes blood pressure and blood sugar, leading to steadier energy and enhanced cognitive clarity, lighter in my body and in my mind. 3. Calcium, fortified oat milk, skeletal and cardiac health. Clinical benefit: essential for women concerned with osteoporosis. Fortification provides critical calcium and vitamin D necessary for maintaining bone mineral density and reducing fracture risk. It also contains beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that actively lowers LDL cholesterol and supports heart health. Patient outcome: patients struggling with insomnia and morning joint stiffness often report deeper sleep and reduced morning aches when consuming a warm glass before bed. 4. Flax milk, anti-inflammatory and hormonal balance. Clinical benefit: flax milk is inherently rich in omega-3 fatty acids, alpha-linolenic acid, which are powerful anti-inflammatory agents. These target the systemic inflammation underlying joint stiffness, fatigue, and brain fog. It also contains lignans, plant compounds that provide gentle support for hormonal regulation post-menopause. Patient outcome: reported benefits include significant reduction in nagging joint pain and improved mental clarity, demonstrating the quiet healing power of the right anti-inflammatory beverage. The garden analogy and final challenge: the clinical anecdotes of patients regaining strength. Margaret, post-rice milk and restoring sleep. Joan, post-whole milk. _ a vital truth: your body is capable of responding gratefully to appropriate nourishment. The garden analogy: in your 20s and 30s, your health garden flourishes effortlessly. Post-60, the soil becomes more delicate. Inflammation, bone loss, and hormonal imbalance begin to emerge. If you continue pouring the wrong waters, avoided milks, those adverse conditions proliferate. But when you provide the garden with supportive, evidence-based nutrients, alternative milks, it can flourish anew, perhaps differently, but with just as much vitality and color. Aging is not about mandatory decline, it is about adopting wise, differentiated care. The choices you make each morning fundamentally influence your long-term health. Your final challenge tomorrow morning: when you reach into your refrigerator, engage in a mindful assessment. Is this glass serving the woman I am today, or merely perpetuating outdated habits? If this discussion has catalyzed action, please like this video and subscribe. I would value your commitment in the comments. Type, "I'm making the switch," if you are ready to choose one better milk starting today. Your story empowers others on this shared journey. Disclaimer: this information is provided strictly for educational purposes and is not a substitute for individualized medical consultation. Every woman's body is unique. If you are experiencing pain, significant physiological changes, or have personal health concerns, please consult with your healthcare provider for personalized medical guidance.